We just read the Dharma words of Master Chung that an enlightened person regards all the things in the universe as Dharma's truth, and hears the sermon of the Dharma all the time. What that means is this: when you see those trees, flowers, and hears the song of the birds and so on, if you are enlightened, you will hear that as the song of the Buddha, or the voice of the Buddha. And when you see the beautiful flowers and the blue sky and all those beautiful things as the face of the Buddha, if you are enlightened. But if you are not enlightened, you don't see it that way. So what is most important in our life is to be enlightened. Enlightened to what? Enlightened to our own Buddha nature. According to the Buddha's teaching, everybody has Buddha nature. Buddha nature means enlightened nature. Unenlightened people have their mind closed, no light. It is like you have a radio receiver, and if you keep the radio turned off, you don't hear anything. Suppose there are 100 people, all of them now turn on their radios to the same station, then you will hear the same music or whatever is going on. If you turn it off, you're not going to hear anything. According to the Buddha's teaching, everybody has this Buddha nature in one's own mind. Ordinary people simply live without turning on the light of the wisdom of Buddha nature. Now, how do you know whether you have a Buddha nature? Well, you can see if you open your eyes. That's a great achievement. You know that? If you are born blind, you cannot see anything. You cannot recognize anything at all. Like a congenital blindness. They don't understand what the redness is. And those congenital deaf people, they don't know what sound is like. You see, you are blessed that you have this faculty of seeing and hearing, and also smelling and tasting and feeling. In other words, you are a small cosmos. In other words, you are a small Buddha, or if you want, you are a God. Why? The world you experience depends on your mind. If your mind does not participate, there is no color, no sound, no smell, no taste. You see? So actually your world you're experiencing is the creation of your mind. And this is what is called the epistemological aspect of the functioning of your mind. There is a moral aspect of the claim or the dictum that the whole world is the creation of your mind. If your mind functions or malfunctions morally, then you create a hell. And many people, millions of people, suffer in the hell which they create. This world is a wonderful world, marvelous world, better than paradise. However, if your mind is broken, then you cannot but create a hell in the world. So the whole point of Buddhist teaching is to help you get enlightened to your original Buddha nature. So if you start listening to the Buddha's teaching, and once you open your mind and the Buddha nature starts functioning with the light of wisdom, you change your world from a hell to a paradise. And whatever is written in the scriptures, Buddhist scriptures, we call 84,000 Buddhist scriptures, all those sayings in the scriptures are meant to help you get enlightened to one mind, true mind, good mind, Buddha mind. And if you read so many Buddhist scriptures or Buddhist writings, there are, flood of books on Zen Buddhism these days. You may read hundreds of them, but if you don't get enlightened to your own Buddha nature, that is a waste. So, wise people use not so much, but use a little bit, and then try to help get enlightened to their own Buddha nature. I put an emphasis on the fact that everybody is born with a Buddha nature. This is not my saying. You read in all those important Mahayana scriptures, they say, all those saying that everybody is endowed with the Buddha nature. Buddha nature means originally enlightened nature, but they are not aware of it. So, people live with their lights of the wisdom shut up, turned off, and they create all kinds of pains, sufferings. No matter how much money you have, or what kind of political power you have, what kind of knowledge you have accumulated, knowledge is, you may have a PhDs in your specialty, but that does not guarantee that you are going to live a happy life, really happy life. Real happiness does not come from money, power, or knowledge. I mean, those criminals with a great deal of knowledge, like a Unabomber. You know what Unabomber is? He has a Harvard PhD or something. But look, why with such a great knowledge, he caused so much pain and even killing people. So knowledge is different from wisdom. Buddhism is teaching wisdom. Wisdom is like a fountainhead, the spring. No matter how many days of drought you have, the water will flow. Knowledge, which you learn from books, is like a pond you dug out and filled it with water. After a month of drought, all the water will evaporate. There won't be any water left. That's knowledge.